Now we are talking about file operation of OTDR. From here we can see the file save and file open option. Right here, let's just open one trace that is saved on the OTDR. Use up and down arrow right here to select this one. Open this file and press enter. We see there's one file inside the OTDR, and here shows the brief information of this trace, how long the range is, when it was tested, and so on. And simply open it. And now we have a trace, a perfect smooth trace like this. And of course, we want to save the trace sometimes, so we can use this button and press enter to save. Here is a save menu. We can change the name by using up and down arrow to select the number, the letters that we want to save. And we can change the name, something like this, and we can press save. Use up and down, always use up and down and left and right arrow to go to the button we want to use, and then press enter to confirm. Now the new trace is saved with this file name. Okay, and of course we can delete this file. When we want to delete the file, please come to the setup menu and press enter, and then we find down right in the menu right here, delete file, and press enter. Now we see we have two traces right here, so we can select the one that we want to delete, this one, and press enter, and then it's selected with a star sign right here. And then we can use left and right button to select to delete, or we can select to select all, which means all the files will be selected, and then delete. But you can cancel anytime, or uncheck any of those traces. See, now I want to cancel this one because that's the only trace we have on this OTDR, and we want to delete this one. So I select it and use the right button, go to delete, press enter, confirm yes, the trace is gone. Alright, and here is the trace display, and we have the information window. Remember, we just talked about we have file information windows. This is the fiber information. They show you the file name, which was already deleted actually. You can come here and open this one and refresh with the trace. Okay, now we have the file name, we have the total attenuation, total length of the fiber, total loss of the fiber, and total return loss. So this information window is the most important information window we have probably, because it gives you the overall information of the fiber, how long the fiber is, how much loss, and total loss divided by length, we have the total attenuation. And this is a very good trace because you can see the attenuation is pretty low, so it's good. And we can also switch to other information windows by using this button, left and up and down buttons. Come to here. This icon means information window switch. By pressing enter button, we see now it's come to parameter 1. This is the parameter that we used for testing the trace, the averaging time, and sampling distance, and path width we used, range, and so on. And we press this button again, press enter, and we see parameter 2, which means the thresholds we used and time and date information. And press this button again, we got event information window. So in event information window, we see each individual events of the fiber. Now we see the number. There are 2 fibers events, and we have number 2 highlighted right here. And we have the location of the fiber event, which is 25 kilometers for this one. and we have the reflection of this one, and attenuation from beginning to the end. So here are some very necessary information I would like to share with you. Reflection means the reflection value or strength of the reflective events. For splice loss or macroband which has no reflection, you will see nothing right there. And insertion loss means the event's insertion loss or the loss that is introduced by this event. But for beginning or end of the fiber, we don't see these two events insertion loss. Those two events are not calculated. But we have, if we have a splice or we have a connector, we will see those information right here, those insertion loss of those events. And attenuation means, the clumsy loss means from the beginning to this event, how much loss we have. How much loss we have from the beginning to the current event. For this one, we have 4.7 dB. And attenuation means the total loss from the beginning to the current event divided by the distance of this current event, and we got the attenuation. In this case, we have only 2. Number 2 actually means the end, so the attenuation clumsy loss almost like the entire fiber link loss. And press this button again, we come to the marker. So in marker, we have 2 markers available, marker A and marker B. Use the button to highlight or switch. Come to here, use the up and down arrow again. Select this one, AB, and toggle between different markers. Just press enter and just switch between 2 markers. And when one marker is selected, you can use left and right button to move it. And then switch to another marker. And you can see now the information between 2 markers is changing. It shows distance between 2 markers and the total loss between 2 markers and total attenuation, which means total loss divided by the distance of the 2 events. And we have this information. So marker is very important to help us to identify some points of the fiber, and we can do zoom in and zoom out with the help of the marker.